It is Saturday, May 17th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword today, so we're going to be solving a big theme. Well, no, why did I say that? It's not Sunday, it's not a big grid, it's an ordinary grid, but it's themeless, no theme, just solving, and it could be tricky. Maybe that's what my brain was searching for. Difficulty level, who knows? Might be a tricky, ordinary-sized, themeless crossword. And today's ordinarily sized, themeless edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Charles Labus, Alex, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They, of course, sustain this channel. They keep this series going day by day. I'm very grateful to them for that. Thank you to those four, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel just like they do, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find the bonus videos there. And for benefactors, like those four I've just mentioned, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks again to everybody who supports the channel. All right, let's solve a crossword, shall we? This is a Saturday themeless construction by Ryan Judge. It's a Saturday puzzle. Could be particularly tricky. We'll have to find out soon enough. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Much mail to Santa. Lists, maybe? Lists of toys that children want? I'm not sure. Let's see if that's right. Athlete who shares his home venue with the Sparks. I have no idea. Enough. I can't or something? Or I don't know. Prime choice. They're found in dens. TVs? In a sort of sitting room, den, kind of living room sort of situation. Sports and arts, e.g. These are sections of a newspaper. Right, okay, I think lists might be correct. I was worried, but it might be okay. Yes, mezcal source is agave. Whoops, gonna pause for a second. Sorry, I could detect an unavoidable sneeze coming on. Anyway, so I paused the video for a few seconds there. Agave. Okay, so I thought this mezcal was spelled with a Z. Maybe it's the same source. Anyway, athlete who shares his home venue with the Sparks. Laker, maybe? Is their team the LA Sparks? It's obviously the LA Lakers, maybe. Let's try it and see. Sitcom set in a corner store run by a Korean-Canadian family, 2016 to 21. I don't know. Do I know? Enough. I give, as in, you're in a fight or something and you're saying, oh, enough, I give. Prime choice. Not sure. Sitcom set in a corner store run by a Korean-Canadian family. Do I know that? I mean, I'm sure I haven't seen it, but but I might. I'm just trying to think. Korean-Canadian family. Could be Kim's something? Prime choice. Halloween vis-a-vis All Saints Day. Eve, right. Yeah, Halloween is All Hallows Eve, or All Saints Eve, I guess. Okay. Prime choice. Safe Kifs. Prime choice. Oh, no, it's Amazon Prime. It's same day delivery. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it is. Oh, Kim's. Oh, I do know this. Kim's Convenience. A convenience store, a corner store. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, that's what this will be. Good. So that's a good long answer filled in. The sun, e.g., in about 5 billion years. Red giant, right. This is something to do with it, eventually exploding or fading away or whatever's going to happen to the sun. Okay. Rita Ora, R.I.P. singer, must be. Hair color, e.g., a trait, right, okay. And something to take in from a boat. Some kind of cargo-related thing, or take in the sails, or I don't know, sorry. Outside the typical biological setting. Dostoevsky's denial. Dostoevsky might say "niet" for no in Russian. rubbish destinations are bins, right? Actually, no, I guess it could be cans. Like, oh, no, but it says rubbish, which is a very British thing. So then, yeah, here in the UK, you'd say rubbish in the bin as opposed to, I don't know, garbage in a can or something like that. Okay, something to take in from a boat. Banana something? Why? Tip line. Any tip line. Something like you're asking someone for a tip. Any outside the typical biological setting. Oh, in vitro. Right. Okay. So, like a sort of, you're sort of growing something in vitro. Okay, Spanish word on a U.S. map. San, probably. There are quite a few place names that involve San for saint in the U.S. Okay, tip line. Any. I still can't see what that is. Turn up. Pipe up now. Having lost interest. And cards home. Is that the Arizona Cardinals? Boy, I'd be pleased if that's right. Let's see. Turn up. Dial up, right. Maybe if you sort of dial up the volume, you turn it up. Tip line. Any advice? There we go. So yes, it is someone asking for tips in the sense of tips meaning recommendations as opposed to tips meaning a sort of paid gratuity. Okay, so having lost interest. If you're averse to something, you're averse, having lost interest in this thing. You're averse to it. Is that maybe what it is? Not sure. Sultanate that controls the exclave of Mata. Is it Oman? Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense, because then having lost interest could be over it. There we go. So yes, this is the Sultanate of Oman. And then where you might refuel after refueling, a mini mart, yeah. So you might refuel yourself with food from the mini mart outside that is sort of attached to the station where you're refueling your car. So Miami is in it for short. Okay, this is maybe Atlantic something conference, a sports conference of some sort. French word that sounds like a vote. This is né, the feminine form of born in French. All right, so that section's all done. Humiliated or honored as on Nickelodeon. Right, there were all kinds of, maybe presumably still are, ways that people get slimed on various shows on the children's channel Nickelodeon. All right, name dropping abbreviation, et al. So you might have a list of authors or something in a paper, and you say, the lead names and then et al. For the rest. Not own. I don't know, something like rent, or I don't know what this is. Museum with works by Hockney Turner and Millais. This is probably the Tate, which has several museums here in Britain, I should say. There's the Tate Britain, which is the original one, and then there's the Tate Modern, which is probably the most famous one, and then I think there's one in Cornwall, maybe. Anyway, not own. To deny it, as in you don't own an opinion, you sort of deny that you hold it. Threw one's hat in the ring. You ran for office. Yeah, this might be deny. Frightful. Not sure. What about these? Like one preferring, I can't seem to read today. Like one preferring platonic relationships informally. Aromantic. Composer Edvard Grieg, probably best known for the Peer Gynt suite, which includes In the Hall of the Mountain King. Okay, British singer Blank Parks. I'm not sure. What about this? Something to take in from a boat. It really looks like banana, doesn't it? Well, like a banana boat, but I don't quite understand what this is. Okay, schlep, to lug something around, to schlep it around, or tow it, or I don't know. Anyway, gonna move on now. Not sure. Going down in a way. Going down, something ing. Forrest of film. Forrest Gump, probably the character of the film of the same name. And becomes uncomfortable as underwear. Oh, it rides up. That would become uncomfortable. Okay, so end part of a violin bow. The grip of the bow, presumably. The part you literally hold. So going down in a way. Is that right? Maybe not. Maybe this doesn't look quite right. Type that's compatible with everyone in brief. O. Is it O? Is it O negative, maybe? A blood type, I mean. End part of a oh, the frog. Yes, that's what that's called. Yes, at the end of a violin bow, the frog. Yes, okay. I'm not a violin player, and I did not remember that. But now that I have the O, I do remember that. So going down in a way. So flying lower or something. Frying. I don't know why frying would be anything. What might lead to a row at a party or a row at a party? Yes, it's a row at a party. It's a line dance. There you go. You might have a row of people dancing. Okay, so going down in a way, flying. I just can't see what that is. Okay, what about this? Chicken nugget shape. Oh, right. I remember once learning that I think McDonald's has several there are 3 or 4 official shapes of chicken nuggets, even though they're all just sort of amorphous blobs, but they're sort of stamped or whatever they are into a few official shapes. And there's the boot and I can't remember, the bell or something maybe, dino, disc. I don't remember. Maybe it is dino. Maybe it's not the McDonald's one. Maybe it just means, are there dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets? That wouldn't surprise me if someone produced those. It's not gross. Oh, yeah, no, maybe it is this, because you could have gross sales or net sales. So gross is before you've subtracted, costs and taxes and things, perhaps. Okay, and net would be after that. NFL team whose name is a literary reference, the Ravens, right? The Baltimore Ravens, because Edgar Allan Poe, who, of course, wrote the poem The Raven, was from Baltimore. Okay, so sway could be royal? I don't think so. Scale range. I don't know. Bad Moon Rising Band, familiarly. Creedence Clearwater Revival, CCR. So sway, sway is rock, of course. That's straightforward. A map inset could be, you're right, you could have a key inset in a map to tell you what the little icons on the map mean, little images. Scale range, one, I assume this is a musical scale, 1 octave, 1/10. I don't know what we're looking for here. Wine Valley in the Bay Area. Sonoma Valley is a famous wine region in the San Francisco Bay Area. Enough, stop. End of a trail, perhaps. Stop might be right. Furthermore. Ended ere it begun, Emily Dickinson poem. Ended, before it begun, perhaps. End of a trail, the apex of a mountain. Oh, 1 to 10. Oh, I see. It's not a musical scale. It's a rating scale. You rate something on a scale of 1 to 10. That's what that is. Okay. So part of a cold pack. So maybe this is all correct. Part of a cold pack. What is that? First president of the SCLC. Is that Southern Christian Leadership Conference? What is that? Is that what that is? Or am I misremembering this? Anyway, I think it's Martin Luther King. But I think that's what that stands for. I could be missing one of those letters or more, I suppose. So what's this? Something to take in from a boat. Banana. Is it not banana? What is this? Oh boy. Okay. Oh, Kleenex. Right. So you might have a pack of tissues, with Kleenex branded tissues, when you're cold, and so one of those would be a Kleenex, you could call it. Come on, dish it. Spill the tea. Right. Share the rumors. Banana split. Okay. Oh, right. Because you could have a boat in the sense of a dish. You might serve a banana split in a boat in that kind of curved dish. Okay. So stands to practice hitting. Tees, as in, you put the ball on a tee in a tee ball situation or something like that. Green expanse could be a lea, so a meadow. That's a very commonly used word in cryptic crosswords as part of a larger bit of wordplay. Fills up. Don't know. Going down in a way. Flying. I don't know why this is so resistant. I'm just unable to see this. British singer blank park. Still don't know that. Schlepp could be lug. Could be Arlo Parks. I'm not sure. Anyway, gonna move on now. So, oops. So that's that. Yeah, thinking Arlo was helpful in that regard, actually. Let's see. Schlepp, lug. Flying south. Oh, I see. Going down in the sense that, south we represent as down on maps typically. Okay, so that's what that is. And then miscellany is a hash, maybe just sort of, collection of things. Frightful is ghastly. There we go. And neutral color might be ash. Yeah, sort of light gray. All right, chain whose name came from a Boston hotel whose sign was too expensive to remove. Is it Sheraton? I didn't know that. That's very funny. I'd be curious about that. I guess someone bought an old hotel and they just kept the sign, and that became a global hotel chain. Causes of some. That reminds me that I think Westin hotels is something like West International or something. It's a portmanteau of something very. This is a kind of very generic sort of name, and I find it funny because Westin and it's sort of an upscale chain, and the name seems like it should be the surname of some, old wealthy industrialist, but now it's just a couple normal words slammed together. Anyway, causes of some burns. Rope, maybe? Yeah, you could have a rope burn if you sort of slide down a rope, for instance. It was founded as the Medical College of Louisiana. I don't know. Maybe this isn't rope. Is it Tulane or something, maybe? I don't know. One with an eye problem. Ego something? Cause of some burns. Rugs. Rug burn. Actually kind of similar to rope burns, I guess. Kind of fibrous rubbing. So egoist, perhaps? One with an eye problem? Fills up. Eats a lot. Yeah, okay. I think this might actually be Tulane. I definitely didn't know that about the Medical College of Louisiana, but my intuition might be correct. Blather. Hot air. Yeah. If you're sort of full of hot air, you're just speaking, it's blather, it's nothing. MLB star Pete, who holds the single-season record for homers by a rookie, 53. I don't know. I think I've heard of Pete Alonso. I think that might be right. Let's see. Base of a pump. They're accepted at church. Tenets of a given faith would be accepted. So base of a pump, sole. Oh, pump is in the shoe. Right. So the sole of a shoe. Yeah, that would be its base. Okay, so they're accepted at church are tenets, and then team whose logo contains an H on top of a star would be, Astros? Houston Astros. Oh, hot air, I misspelled. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that is correct. And there we go. Okay, that felt like a reasonably solvable Saturday. It didn't feel I don't think I had any big stretches of resistance in this grid. You never know on a Saturday. And of course, it could go, I think Saturdays in particular, the kinds of days, Fridays and Saturdays can really go anywhere on the difficulty scale, kind of just depending on what the solver happens to alight upon over the course of the solve. So let me know if you also had a reasonably approachable time with this puzzle, or if it gave you more resistance. Let me know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. Always curious to know. You can join that Discord chat server, by the way, via the description field link. It's a nice friendly chat community over there. Also, do consider subscribing to the channel on YouTube if you've not yet done so. It's a big help, of course, for the channel. But there we have it. That was the Saturday crossword. I didn't think it was too bad. Do let me know how you fared. And I'll be back tomorrow with a much bigger puzzle, the one that I wanted to refer to today, with a theme, some kind of big theme and a title. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.